Good morning. I'm making biscuits and gravy this morning. Sorry you can't be with us. These are the ingredients I use. You can take a screenshot so you know what to have. Butter, you can use any butter. It doesn't matter. So first you want to take your roll of sausage, break it all up in the skillet, and we are going to get this fried up, chopped up, and ready to go. Sausage is cooking, get it chopped up. You can just use a spatula. You know I have to use my fancy mixing spout. The sausage is almost done. I add some vegetable oil or canola oil. Probably about 2 tablespoons it looks like. And I'm gonna put in some butter. Couple tablespoons of that, because grease makes gravy, so we need lots of it. I told you I've never measured anything, so I'm trying to measure as I go to let you know. In a mixing bowl, because the sausage is almost all nice and browned up for us. I started over in a mixing bowl. I added 2 cups of milk and started with 4 tablespoons of flour. I'm sure we're gonna have to add more, but this is what I'm gonna start with. So whisk it up. And then we are going to pour right into the skillet. Stir this up. There's a lot of stirring involved. Everything to start cooking together. Now I still have this on like a medium heat from where I was browning the sausage, so I'm gonna turn this down to like a medium low. So we're gonna keep stirring it until you can see it's starting to thicken up already. So I am going to mix some more milk and flour to add. Now that we've got all this mixing together nicely. You see I'm stirring a lot, keep stirring. I'm gonna keep showing you the time. Say hi to your dad, hello. And it is starting to bubble. So I want to turn this down, even though we're gonna keep stirring. I wanna turn it down so it doesn't burn. So I'm putting it more toward low. This is starting to get really thick. I don't want it to get too thick. The reason we have to low simmer gravy is to get rid of that floury taste, but it also thickens up as it goes. And I don't want a big cement mess. So on the side, I went ahead and whisked together another cup of milk, but only 1 tablespoon of flour this time, just to help thin this out a little bit. My oven is preheating for the biscuits. That's a good consistency right now. It looks soupy. It looks like a thick, creamy, like potato soup, but it will thicken. And now is a good time to add all the seasonings. And I don't know how much I've ever added of anything. I just pinch the salt and throw it in. So I'm gonna say a teaspoon looks about right for the salt. Starting to bubble again. I may have to turn this down a little bit. because we want it to bubble, we want it to simmer, just not so much that it burns it. I like to add garlic powder. I don't even think your dad knows I add it, but I like it. But only a little bit. I do like 1/4 teaspoon. It just gives a little something extra. I don't know. Pepper I don't usually do till the end. You just put as much pepper in as you want, but really that's it for the seasonings that I add. It is thickening. And I'm going to go ahead and cover it, but only for like 5 minutes at a time. You can cover it, and then when it really starts to bubble and boil, you have to take the lid off. You got to keep stirring it. Check it at least every 2 minutes. And I'm going to go prep the biscuits to get them in the oven. It's been a couple minutes. Came to check on it. It looks really good. This is a really good consistency. See how it's thickening up nicely. I'm ready to put my biscuits in the oven. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it on really low. And I'm just going to keep it covered so it doesn't thicken up and dry out. And every couple minutes, I'm going to take the lid off and I'm going to keep stirring it while the biscuits are baking. This will just help the floury taste get out of the gravy. It boils it out. Blend all the flavors together. If it's too thick for your liking at that point, you can just add straight milk to it. If it needs to be thicker at this point, or I just decide I want a little more gravy, I just go ahead and mix another bowl of the milk and flour. I would probably start with 1 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of flour again and see how it goes from there. But it seems like that is a good mixture. It's kind of cool since I've never measured anything that worked out. All right, get my biscuits in. All right, the biscuits are done. The gravy looks good. I went ahead and turned it off when I took the biscuits out. Let this sit for just a few minutes to thicken back up. Full disclosure, it was way too salty. I always taste my food while I'm cooking. That 1 teaspoon I told you, why don't you start with 1/4 teaspoon and then see if you need more from there. So I did have to add another cup of milk and a tablespoon of flour just to try to even out that taste. You can also use hot sausage if you want to spice this up a little bit. Other than that, I'm gonna let this sit for just a couple minutes and then we are gonna eat. Enjoy.